Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records. Today we are talking about Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac. Today would have been her 80th birthday. She's released her estate has released a single called Little Darling from her 2004 solo album. It's from those sessions, and it's a great track. Take a listen to that. I want to talk a little bit about a history of Christine McVie, of course, a integral part of the classic lineup of Fleetwood Mac, and she was there before really the classic lineup. She contributed as far back as the second album. You know, she was born Christine of Anne Perfect on July 12th, 1943, in Greenock, Lancashire, England. She went to art college to study art. She wanted to be an art teacher. During her years there, she kind of became part of the budding British blues scene that many of her contemporaries joined. And she, met Stan Webb and Andy Sylvester particularly, did some work with them, ended up joining their band Chicken Shack in 1967. She did a cover of Ellington Jordan's I'd Rather Go Blind that became a hit for Chicken Shack. Melody Maker magazine named her the best female vocalist from 1969 and 1970. In 1969, she marries John McVie. Of course, that changes her name to Christine McVie. Peter Green, by the way, lead guitar player, founding member of Fleetwood Mac, is the best man in that wedding. She's already played on their second album, but she joins as a full member for their 1971 album, Future Game. So this is, 3 or 4 years prior to the Buckingham Nicks era. Certainly by the time that Buckingham Nicks joined in 75, she contributes songs on that album, Over My Head, Say You Love Me, and Sugar Daddy to that 75 self-titled album. Has an affair in 1976 with Fleetwood Mac's lighting director, which inspires a song, Make Loving Fun, off of the Rumors album. She also contributes Don't Stop, Songbird to the Rumors album. Songbird being, one of the most beautiful ballads of that era, and really till to this day my favorite song of mine. 1979, the double album Tusk. She has a hit with Think About You. Hold Me is a song off of the Mirage 1982 Fleetwood Mac album. That is inspired by a tumultuous relationship with the Beach Boys' Dennis Wilson, who ends up passing away a year later in a drowning accident. She does solo albums in the 80s. Got a Hold on Me was a big hit in 84. Fleetwood Mac reforms in 87. She has a couple of huge hits with Everywhere and Little Lies. Just great 80s synth pop songs, showing her diversity from acoustic piano in the early 70s and late 60s to more synths in the 80s, and just really responding well through changing tides in the music scene in the 80s. Another big hit from Behind the Mask in 1990 called Save Me. She is in the reformed band for the 96-97 tours, the live album The Dance. She stays through the induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 98 and decides to leave the band. Focuses on gardening in her farm up in England, and really just lives a life of relaxation as a retired musician, but then gets that bug again, does some jamming with Mick Fleetwood's band in 2013, and then rejoins Fleetwood Mac in 2014 and stays with them really through the rest of the band's career. In 2017, she does a studio album with Lindsey Buckingham. This studio album features Mick Fleetwood on drums and John McVie on bass, and that really is one of the best pieces of work that she ever did, and that Lindsey Buckingham ever did. I highly recommend listening to that record from 2017, Lindsey Buckingham, Christine McVie. Stevie Nicks decided that she did not want to do that project. That's why that's considered kind of a duo album. Unfortunately, Christine dies on November 30th of 2022 from a stroke. She had been battling cancer. She's one of the great artists of her times, and today would have been her 80th birthday. Listen to her new single, Little Darling, and rest in peace, Christine. You were great. Check out my channel. We do shows every single day. Peace out. We'll see you later.